There is still hope for Infiniti, even as their sales have plummeted since 2018. Nissan gives us a sliver of hope. We're over at the Nissan media page. Nissan to build 2 all-new all-electric models at Mississippi assembly plant. This is breaking news. I had no idea this was coming. Complete shocker to me. I'm reading this for the first time along with you guys. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kirk. I talk about Japanese and Korean autos. If you'd like to see more on those topics, make sure to subscribe. And let's get into Nissan's big surprise here. We got to talk about this. Nissan to invest $500 million to transform its Canton assembly plant to build the all-new Nissan and Infiniti EV models starting in 2025. Just to give you an idea, guys, is 2025 too late for Infiniti? Because 2017 they peaked at a massive 153,000 units. That is a ton of units for a luxury brand here in America. The big boys, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, they sell around 300 minimum per year on average. So Infiniti was definitely a big player just less than 5 years ago. 2018 was the last of their strong years, and it's just been kind of a free fall since then. We've got the QX60, the brand new one that came out last year. Inventory's just been rough. In the last 2 quarters here, Q4 2021, they sold 10,000 units, and Q3 of 21, 10,000 units as well. So extrapolate from that, that's 40 to 50,000 units per year, which it might be less than what they sold here in 2021. Now, this BEV is 3 years out from now at the earliest. So let's read more about it because it is still exciting, and it'll be really interesting to see what's coming between now and 2025. We don't know, but we need to go back to Nissan's page here. And the company has invested $13.5 billion total in its U.S. manufacturing operations, if you include Tennessee as well. They're going to be retaining the 2,000 jobs that they have and upskilling them. You have to keep in mind there's a few vehicles built there in Canton, Mississippi. You have the Titan, you have the Ultima, I believe, the Frontier, and then you're going to have these EVs built here. But there's also the possibility that the Titan gets canceled. It was already canceled in Canada last year, so there's a possibility by 2025 that the Titan could be, I hope not. I want more big truck competition, but the Titan is an afterthought oftentimes in the big truck market. Frontier, on the other hand, though, is a great mid-size pickup truck, and that's going to be their cash cow on their pickup end. So they could free up space by killing the Titan, putting up these EVs in there instead. EV investment, one of several in the US over the next 5 years. By 2030, targeting 40% of US vehicle sales to be fully electric, battery electric, 40% by 2030. Even more will be electrified. So that's a confirmation that we will have e-Power eventually coming to the United States. That's Nissan serial hybrid that is already seen in Asia and other parts of the world. We haven't got it here yet for some reason. I guess they don't need to spend that money here yet, not quite sure. Lastly, new vehicles are part of Nissan Ambition 2030, calling for 23 electrified models for the Nissan Infiniti brands globally, including 15 all-electric vehicles by 2030. Now, to give you an idea, so here are some of the vehicles they had for Nissan Ambition, and that's what I was expecting. They'd give us teasers for these 2 new vehicles built in Canton, Mississippi. None of them resemble any of these Nissan Ambition 2030 concepts that we got here, which is unfortunate because I'd love to see this electric pickup truck or this tiny electric Ford Bronco Sport sort of SUV, kind of like almost like a Honda Element Nissan Cube sort of thing going on. Fortunately, that's not going to be built here. What we're getting, at least by 2025, is something different altogether. Here's the first video. This is the Infiniti model, and you see lots of LED lights on the front, a sloping roofline on the side. I can see a little bit of the wheel there. A very strong, you guys, this is such a common theme. Everyone's doing it right now, is the light bar going across the rear. Every single vehicle's gonna look so similar from the back. I mean, this is very Audi to me as well with these kind of arrows, but let's keep going. I like this real quick. I just noticed this. The Infiniti logo is 3D. So you can see it's not really winding road, but the Infiniti road within in the logo that disappears and comes to the apex. It looks like an A in the middle, but it's an I kind of, and it's the Infiniti logo, lines of the road converging as you look down the road. Anyways, hopefully that made sense to you, but it gets lost as you go to the side profile. So it's a 3D logo there, pretty next level. And there it is, driving off to symbolize the logo. All right, let's look at the Nissan one here. Now this sloping roofline looks very similar to what we just saw in the Infiniti one. You got the triple daytime running lights. I'm assuming these are daytime running lights. We don't even know what the nighttime running lights are. They're probably nestled in between would be my guess. There's no way that these slits could be nighttime lights, but what do I know about illumination? And again, the light bar on the back with the Nissan illuminated. I mean, I almost prefer the simplicity of the Nissan here compared to the Infiniti lighting. What do you guys think? Do you prefer the simple, more streamlined lines of the LED lights on the front and the back of the Nissan, or do you like the more detail-oriented Infiniti lights that we saw? Now, just looking at the two side by side, it's almost the exact same silhouette. There's a little tiny spoiler here on the Infiniti, but the roof lines, the body lines look very similar. I'm assuming what this is our first glimpse maybe at Nissan Plus. Nissan's been talking about how they don't want Infiniti to be unique. And the fact that it has its own platforms, its own powertrains necessarily. They want it to be an upscale variant, better styling, more luxurious interiors than the Nissan counterparts. This is telegraphing to me that this Infiniti is Nissan Plus here because these silhouettes look nearly identical. And look, guys, they're running off the same assembly line in theory, or right next to each other in parallel. So this is not a bad thing. It's a profitable thing in theory for Infiniti if they can last until 2025 with no new products since the QX60 just came out. There is a possibility we could get a redesign of the QX50, and it would be nice if they give us an e-Power, but I don't want to talk about that too much right now. But this Nissan Plus that we see here in this nearly identical silhouette BEVs is not that much different than what Toyota already does or Acura already does. Look at the new Integra. The new Integra is pretty much a Civic, right? Look at the Lexus ES. Well, that's pretty much an Avalon. And I could keep going. You guys catch the drift here. So that is a way for Infiniti to even be more profitable if it upscales what it's already producing for the Nissan brand. Hopefully they give it more power, maybe bigger battery packs, unique screens, unique interior quality, but we probably have to wait till 2024 to see that. So what do we have from Nissan in the meantime for battery electric vehicles? Well, in yesterday's video, I talked about how the Leaf could be getting a small exterior refresh. Nothing new there. Don't expect any difference in battery packs. Leaf has probably got 2-3 years left before they replace it with a small crossover is what I'm guessing. And it's kind of refreshing not to see crossovers here, right? I'm not going to complain about that. We have the Aria, which was supposed to come out late last year, but should be coming out late this year in 2022. We already have specs and pricing on the Aria, but it's too bad the Infiniti didn't get the Aria as a rebadged Infiniti here stateside. So let's talk about Infiniti here in sales. So the sales here on Wikipedia ended in 2017. That was their best year ever. 153,000 in the US. They had 27,000 in China, 12,000 in Canada, 12,000 in Europe. We go back to here. Kind of a free fall since 2018, and 2020 was rough. The pandemic year was pretty rough for everyone, but it's just insult to injury after a lackluster 2019, and then 2021 they just didn't have any QX60s on the market, which is their best-selling vehicle. So Infiniti has a prayer with this EV, but that prayer won't be answered for another 3 years, and we don't know what's coming. I guess we could see a new QX60, we could see a new QX80 / Nissan Patrol / Nissan Armada before then. That would be nice, but it's crickets when it comes to the Skyline / Q50, Q60 sedans and coupes. We did get the QX55 this past year, but the QX55 is really just a cropped, and the CVTs are definitely not helping them. There should be no reason for a CVT to exist that's not a hybrid, I should say, in a luxury lineup. And that includes ULEXs with the UX200 front wheel drive car. Shouldn't exist here, at least here in North America. But I'll see you guys down below. Do you think Infiniti is hanging by a thread here? Or do you think they'll just be fine selling around 50,000 units going forward? You know, be a small player again. Maybe they grew too fast, too big, and they didn't have the infrastructure or the product to support that. And I guess the depletion of sales since their fast rise is a good indication that the foundation wasn't planted there. So Infiniti is kind of having to rebuild itself back from the ashes in order to become great once again. But if you enjoyed today's video, always appreciate the like button being smashed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.